Here's how to find and register for classes at ETSU. Start at our homepage, www.etsu.edu. Click on Gold Link at the top of the page and sign into your Gold Link portal using the same username and password you use to check your campus email. You can access registration either through the ETSU tab or the My Student Info tab. We'll use the latter for this demonstration so that you can see the full registration menu. Start with Look Up Classes. This helps you find sections of classes offered at certain times once you know which courses you're going to take. We'll choose our term, which is Spring 2014. To show you a diverse array of times and course types, we'll go with the popular general education class, English 1010. Click here in the subject box and start typing English, and it will take you right to it. Click on Course Search to get a list of all English offerings for the upcoming semester. Now from this list, find 1010 and click View Sections. So let's go over what all this information means. In the first column, you'll see an NR for most classes. That means that the class is not available for registration right now. Registration is not open for spring, but when it opens up, those NRs will be replaced by checkboxes. The blue 5-digit code in the next column is called the CRN, or the course reference number. It's a unique identifier for each individual section of each individual class, and you need it to register, get a permit, or drop a class. So that's an important number to have handy. Next, we have the subject, course, and the section number, which, when all combined, also uniquely identify each section of each individual class. Now, there is some information encoded into these section numbers that can help you find a particular kind of class more quickly. So a section number with a 0 indicates a typical on-campus daytime class. That's your average run-of-the-mill course. A section number starting with 2 indicates a night class, which usually means it starts at or after 4 o'clock. A section number starting with 3 generally points to a class held at our Kingsport campus. A section number starting with 5, which you will usually see as 521, indicates a class that is taught by instructional television. A section number that starts with 9 points to an online class. I think we have one of these down here. But a particular case is the 995 section, which refers to a WIMBA course. WIMBA is a specific online course delivery system that records and archives lectures that you, the student, can participate in live or view later. Students and faculty can interact in real time using computer microphones and checkboxes or chat boxes. It's a step up from the more general 901 or 902 online classes, which typically don't include actual lectures and just have assignments and readings posted online. You may see from time to time an R50 section number, and that refers to an RODP or Regents Online Degree Program course. These classes are online, as you may have guessed, and they're shared by other schools within the Tennessee Board of Regents system. So a class that you take through RODP may be taught by a professor at MTSU or Pellissippi State or some other public university or community college in Tennessee. A permit is required for each of these classes, and there's an additional fee associated with them. So if you're interested in this option, then ask me for more information and we'll talk about it. This column here identifies the campus out of which a course is based. Then we have the number of credit hours, the course title, and the class meeting dates and times. The next 3 columns show you how many total seats are available in the course, how many are taken, and how many are left over. Then instructor, course dates, and a location. Now, unfortunately, this is just a building code, so click on the CRN over here and you get a little more information. You'll see down here at the bottom, you can find the course location in actual words that actually mean something. So sometimes the system is nice to us. This screen also contains other useful information. Right under the class title, you'll typically find special instructions or details about the class. Information you might find here can include things like whether an instructor of a WIMBA course expects you to log in and participate in lectures synchronously, or will allow you to simply view the archived lectures in your own time. You may also find out things like for an online class, will you have to come to campus and take the exams on the ground, or can you have them proctored remotely? And finally, you can find a link to the instructor's email if you have any further questions, and that's right down here. Going back to the page we were on before, you'll see in this last column a list of attributes associated with the course. This column will tell you if a particular class satisfies a general education requirement, if it counts as a certain proficiency-intensive course, if it requires the completion of learning support requirements, and so on. By the way, if you're not sure what proficiency-intensive or learning support requirements means, you can search for those terms on our website, or you can ask me for more details. Now, one way to register for these classes is to find the one you like and click on the checkbox in the first column. Remember, all of those NRs will be checkboxes when registration opens. You can scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on Register, which is a button that will be there at the time registration opens. This may not be the best way to do it, however, because you'll sign up for that 9:45 English class and then find out that your 8:15 math class runs until 10:15, and then you have to go back and drop the English class and register for the math class and find another English class, and it turns into this whole big thing. So what I recommend is starting with some kind of grid on paper to help you plan. If you've met with me, you already have one that we've partially filled in together with at least the course names and numbers. So jot down a preferred section and then an alternate section for each course if there's one available. And be sure to include your CRN because you need that to register. So look up each class in your list of courses, generally starting with your major classes first, just by finding the subject in that first text box and going from there, just like we've done before. Remember that engineering technology or ENTC courses can be found under technology, not engineering technology. So they're under T's, not E's. That's a little bit counterintuitive. And once you get your schedule nailed down and you've picked out all of the sections that you want to register for, you will back out of this screen and go to registration and go to add or drop classes. Now once registration is open, you'll have at the bottom of this screen a horizontal line of text boxes across the bottom. Type one CRN into each text box and click Submit Changes to register for all of those classes. Now once you do that, go back up to the Student tab, go to Registration, and click on Concise Student Schedule to make sure that all of your registrations went through and that you've added all the classes you intended to add. I'll be adding more of these tutorials in the future, but if you have questions that are not answered here in the meantime, you can email me at dinsmorer@etsu.edu or call me at 423-439-7654.